Test.
Loud and clear.
Recording in progress.
Mr. Mayor, it is 3:30.
Thank you so much, Mr. Clerk. I am calling to order the meeting of Tuesday, August 10th, 2021 at 3:30. A special call meeting. Would you proceed with the roll call, please?
It's the roll call. The Honorable William Bill Edwards, Mayor.
Here.
The Honorable Catherine F. Ryle, District 1.
Present.
The Honorable Carmelita Gums, District 2. The Honorable Helen Z. Willis, District 3.
Present.
The Honorable Naima Gilliard, District 4.
Present.
The Honorable Corey A. Reeves, District 5.
Accounted for.
The Honorable Councilmember Khalid, District 6. The Honorable Mark Baker, District 7.
Present.
Mr. Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you so much, Mr. Clerk. The first agenda item.
Yes, the first agenda item is request council approval of an emergency ordinance to require cloth face covering or mask to be worn in the city of South Fulton while indoors to help combat the spread of COVID-19 and for other purposes. Mayor Edwards.
Ladies and gentlemen, we know that we've had a grave impact of COVID-19 and its subsequent viruses has affected not just so much our adult population, but also as our children population. And I find that it's incumbent upon us as elected officials to make sure that we secure our city and our personnel, our people from this dreaded disease. So you remember that the first time that this came out, we were the first city that really stopped in terms of the mask and things of that nature. But we found out before the mayor could not issue an emergency order, that it had to be approved by the board. So I'm asking the board right now, this is a two-step process. And one step is to go ahead and approve the emergency ordinance requiring that they wear cloth masks now. And the second step, which we will do after this vote, is to vote to require face mask covering to be worn in the city of South Fulton. So I will entertain a motion.
I move that we approve both of these measures. One, to require face coverings in the city of South Fulton, and the other one is to require face coverings. Is it in indoor locations?
Yes. Indoors.
So the other one is to require face coverings in the indoor location, and the other one is for that face mask must be worn in the city of South Fulton while you're in the city of South Fulton. Is that what? And then that's my motion, and I'll go into discussion. I have a question.
There's a second. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and second. Before we go any further, Ms. Willard, would you allow me, Mr. Clerk, she did both. Would you read the second one into the record, please?
Yes, sir. And I was going to clarify that the second one is the first read. So technically, we're not voting on the second one. It was first read, and we will vote to confirm it at the next regular meeting.
So, but we can, you want to read it to the record anyway?
Yes, this first reading of an ordinance to require cloth face covering or mask to be worn in the city of South Fulton while indoors to help combat the spread of COVID-19 and for other purposes.
Okay.
First read.
Ms. Willis, thank you so much. We're in discussion now, ma'am.
Thank you, Chair, for recognizing me. My question will be to the city manager at this time. Ms. Sadler Jones, unfortunately, we have had a lot of our children impacted with COVID-19 because a lot of the children under the age, well, not a lot, any child under the age of 12 is not eligible to take the COVID shot at this time. As a result, we do have kids under the age of 12 increasingly contracting COVID, and that's one of the many reasons the virus is spreading. And so now that we have this emergency order that the mayor and city council has put into place, is there any way that you can direct our communications team to send out or draft a letter on behalf of the mayor and city council and send to our Fulton Board of Education of all the schools that's located in the city of South Fulton, that they are required to wear face coverings if they are in an indoor facility?
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Yes, Councilmember Willis, but it would be my recommendation that that specific letter be drafted either from the mayor's office or my office. But yes, I can work with our staff to put something together and our city attorney, but I think it would be better suited coming from the mayor's office or my office.
Well, either office, I don't know. I mean, that's fine, but I know our communications team is responsible for communications for the entire city.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I mean, wherever it needs to come from, I just think it needs to be done expeditiously, because I have gotten calls that a lot of we are having habitual violators in that area, not only in the schools, but also in our grocery stores and also in our public facilities. And we just didn't have the measure to enforce it until we got this done.
Ms. Willis, I think that can be easily done. And I just wanted to also add to what you're saying, that in talking to the school board superintendent, Mr. Looney, which you know that the Fulton County Schools has issued a mask ordinance for the city school. But however, if for any reason they decide to back off of their mask ordinance, ours still apply, which means school is.
And so Mayor, I appreciate you making that known. I am aware that the school system does have that in place, but the schools are in the city of South Fulton. So the communication needs to be that not only are they required to abide by what Fulton County Board sets forth, but they are also in the city of South Fulton. And so
I'm clear on that. I just wanted to add that to you, that was one of the reasons in talking to the superintendent, even if they do not, if they're forced not to do it.
I mean, I'm sure the school has their protocol in place, but in the city of South Fulton, if they get caught without wearing masks indoors, they can be cited.
I think we're saying
so that needs to make that can be. I mean, do I understand that correctly?
Yes.
They can be cited.
I think we're saying the same thing. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so there's a difference.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Right.
They will have to pay punitive damage if they're caught in the city of South Fulton.
Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing
Yes, I showed that Councilman Rao has her hand up.
Councilwoman Rao. I don't show anything, Mr. Clerk, in my queue. So, Councilwoman Rao.
Yes, you actually addressed it, Mayor, and point out that the school system has already adopted the mandate. So I don't need to add any further.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Is there any further discussion?
Yes, I show Councilmember Baker's hand raised.
Dr. Baker, go right ahead.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to say for the record, our ordinance doesn't mandate that these masks be N95 and the Nancy 95 or KN95. And it is on record that those are the masks that are said to protect us from coronavirus. So therefore, if you're going to be wearing these masks, you have to either double up or for it to be even somewhat effective. But I just wanted to go on record saying that it doesn't specify KN95. So therefore, you're still subjected to the virus and there's no protection.
Thank you, Council. Thank you. Any further discussion?
I show Mayor Pro Tem Helen Willis hand.
Yes. With what Councilmember Baker said is exactly correct.
Yes.
The issue is it's been difficult for people to get the K-95s and the N-95s, and so mayor and or city manager, whoever's in the communication, can you all also make sure that you put that recommendation in the communication that's going out, that's recommended if possible, where can you wear KN95s or and then if not, try to double mask.
We can do that.
Yes, thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, let's vote, Mr. Clerk.
This is a vote to approve the emergency ordinance as previously read, as well as accept the first reading of the ordinance requiring cloth face covering or mask, with the amendment by Councilman Mayor Pro Tem Willis to have the mayor or city manager draft a letter attesting to the points that she indicated.
Right. Let's vote, please.
Councilmember Rao,
Yes.
Councilmember Gums,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Willis,
Yes.
Councilmember Gilliard,
Yes.
Councilmember Reeves, Councilmember
Aye.
Oh, thank you. Councilmember Khalid, Councilmember Baker.
Abstain.
Is there a procedure? Is there a conflict in any way, Mr. Baker?
Conflict lies in our ability as a government to provide actual KN95 masks, and this action would be the action that we're taking right now to vote on something that's not going to protect the public when we can't, or we're not obligating ourselves to provide it to the public, is an unfair vote to make, I believe, in my opinion.
Okay.
Unless we're going to figure that out.
Okay, that's your conflict. What's the vote, sir?
5 yeas, 1 abstention.
Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Woods.
my question is, would it be necessary? Is it necessary for me to make a motion at this time that I do know that the city was awarded several masks for us to do a few mask distributions. So there are 2 things. Will this council get a copy of the letter before it's distributed? If
Absolutely.
not, okay, I don't need to make a motion for that. Do I need to make a motion for us to do citywide mass distributions in every district, at least one, prior to, this is August, I would say prior to the end of September, or if I have to say October, because I know we're about to be real busy and go through budget process. Can I ask the city manager, will she commit to working with the council members and mayor to do at least one mass distribution to the public prior to October?
And that will also be predicated on how much inventory we have, right, Ms. Jones?
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I was getting ready to say.
And the budget.
The budget.
The mass is already here.
Okay, so okay, Ms. Willis, I don't have any problem with that, subject to our inventory. Ms. Jones, do you have a problem with it?
No, sir. As long as we have the inventory available, we can make that happen.
So do I need to make a motion, or are we agreeing to do that?
Can I have a comment?
When she finishes, Ms. Gilliard, you can.
Okay.
So do I need to make a motion, or are we agreeing to do that? Because if it's not necessary, I won't make a motion.
Well, second, if that is your motion.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember Baker.
Move the second. Any discussion on that point, Ms. Gilliard? Did you want to say something in reference?
I don't. I'm going to abstain because I don't like to make a decision that impacts the budget, and we don't know how much it's going to cost. We don't know what the inventory is.
Okay.
Suppose the inventory is only, we got 100,000 people or more in the city. Suppose the inventory is only 20,000.
Yes.
So that's only 20,000, but we're saying that that we're going to do it just based on that 20,000 when we need more. So I would rather know what the budget is, how much is left before we make that decision.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe we could make that decision. I don't know, because it's on the agenda right now. Later on in the evening, if we just knew what the budget is. I
All
think
right, thank you.
it'd be smart to know how many we have and what the budget is before we decide to do it.
Thank you, Ms. Gilliard. Mr. Clerk, roll call.
It's a roll call vote. Councilmember Rao,
Yes.
Councilmember Gums,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Willis,
Yes.
Councilmember Gilliard.
Abstain.
I think you've already given your rationale. Thank you.
Right.
All right.
Councilmember Reeves,
Aye.
Councilmember Khalid, and Councilmember Baker.
Aye.
That motion is approved.
That's passed. That motion's passed. So I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
I move that we adjourn, Mayor, until 4:00.
Second.
Properly moved and second in discussion. Hearing none, which this means adjourn until 4:00. Thank you all so much.